Hey folks, welcome back to Real Southern Outdoors. Now, what we got is this little old boat trailer I've had. I've used it for hauling the dredge on, the kayaks and everything else. But I'm gonna redo it. It had some boards on it that got rotten and everything else, and so I'm gonna redo it because if you saw the video where I done set that up for the dredge, we're just gonna haul the dredge on that, on the black trailer over there, and we got the winch and all set up in there. So I've done a video on that, so you can check that out if you want to. But this one we're just going to set up for just pulling like the kayaks and everything. Anyway, what I've been doing is taking this little grinder from Harbor Freight, a flapper disc and all. I've been running over it and knocking it down. I took the jack off here. I got a little touch up I got to do there, clean that up, and then we're going to be painting it. So let me finish doing the grinding. I know y'all didn't want to watch all that, so I just went ahead and done that yesterday. So let me get to this, and then I'll show you how we're gonna set this trailer up. Okay, what I'm gonna be using here is just to paint it with this Rust-Oleum high performance enamel. So I guess that's gonna make it really great. So that's professional. So I guess we're professionals today. So we're spraying in the backyard here. So I'm gonna shake this up good. We're gonna get the paint. Alright, I got the kayak up here. I put it up here, got it centered, and got it where I wanted it. And then I've started measuring, and it's going to work out pretty good. I got some of these aluminum bleacher boards here. A guy gave them to me a long time ago, and they're going to work out perfect by spacing it off on my kayak about 5 inches on each side and leaving this gap in the middle. For the design of the hole on my kayak, there's a wide keel on it, especially at the back, and it drops down, so it's going to fit perfect right in this gap and leave me a little room on each side there of those aluminum bleacher boards. And I'm going to use them because they won't rot. It's aluminum, it'll be there, it's lightweight, and I'm going to bolt them down with these carriage head bolts. That way I'll have something smooth up there that won't be gouging into my kayak or trying to take a chance of rubbing and cutting a hole in my kayak there. So I've got my clamps on here. I've got it measured on this one, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drill my holes, bolt it directly to the frame. But I've got something I'm going to do to them before I do. So let's go ahead, get this marked off and drilled out. We'll be ready to go for the next step. Alright, here's my plan. What I'm going to do, I just measured out about 3 inches here from my board. I turned it upside down, and I'm just going to double this carpet and then roll it up like that and screw it into the side. And what I'm going to be using is just some screws I just happen to have around the house here, like you put on metal with and stuff like that. Got the little rubber washer and all, and I know I don't need the rubber washer, but it's just what I had. It had some little washers on it and all. But there's what I'm going to be using, little short screws. And I'm just going to double this carpet up, and I'm going to go in here don't pick up and blow us away. Don't want coming again. But I'm just going to go about every foot or so. I'm just going to double this carpet over and pull it up and run these screws in. You can see what I did here. I just doubled that carpet over, run those screws in like that. That's going to hold it in. Now I'm going to just pull it out to the other side. I'm going to get what I need to double it up, and then I'll just cut it off. So, let me just kind of make me a mark at about 3 inches. And this don't have to be perfect, as long as I got enough to double it up there. Okay, let me show you what my idea is here, what I would like to do. Since I've got these carriage head bolts, I would like to bolt this down. I can get that bolt going hole. I'd like to bolt this down and then pull this carpet over And like I say, I'll roll that under, take it, and then screw it down like that. And I'll tuck this in, put some screws in it and all. But that's my idea. What I'd like to do is bolt these down first. That way I'll just have smooth carpet up here, and I won't have anything protruding, taking the chance of eating up the bottom of the kayak hull. So let's go ahead and get these bolted down, and then let's see if we can work it out like we want it. Okay, you can see we got the carpet on both bunks. I did something a little different on this one here. Instead of screwing the carpet to it on one side and then putting the bolts in and then trying to fold it over and screw it to it, I had to use long extensions come through the fender well to screw it down on the outside there. But I figured out I could just go ahead, put the bolts through, wrap the carpet around it, tighten it up, or screw it down, and then push it through. And I went under the bottom. Let's see on the back here. But up in, see if I can get you a picture. I just went up in there with a pair of pliers and held the bolt and tightened it up, and you can see this carpet's pulled up under here, both sides bolted down, so it's not going to pull out, and that'll give me a little something besides that rough edge or a sharp edge on the aluminum. So okay, next step, we're going to shorten this tongue up. Now originally this tongue was long like this when I had it on the boat, and I shortened it up, and then later on I needed it long again, so I put some angle iron on there and bolted it with like 8 bolts. So, and it held for what I was doing. But we're going to shorten it back up for this kayak. So I'm going to take this off, take this bolt here out, and this bolt pivot here bolt out. I just done this. You got your chain here, but I just put a bolt in there as a safety because I never tilted it anyway. But we're going to take all that out, unbolt this, and we're going to slide that tongue back in, shorten it up, and we'll put our jack back on there. Okay, I went ahead and painted this, you know, touched it up so it wouldn't look too bad being painted everything else, so why not, right? Let that dry. So we'll come back. So now let's put this thing together. There we go. Now we got the latch on here and everything. That'll stay like that unless you pull this latch, you know, near the tilt. I'm not going to be using that, so. Okay. Now, that's just like a safety there. That way, even if this chain would come loose, this will get pushed out of the way or whatever, you know, it can't tip up. And I've never had any problem with it, but we'll just put that back in like that. That's the way we had it, so that's the way we'll do it. Okay, before we put our lights on, let's stick our jack back on there. Okay, we got our jack on. Now let's start with the lights. Okay, let's look at what our light kit come with here. Of course, it come with the wiring. There's the pigtail that goes to the that goes on your truck, but we already have ours wired up for that. So I double check, make sure this one will fit. Should all be standard, but you never know. So I check, make sure that will fit mine before we go through all this. There's the wires that run on the trailer. It comes with a couple stickers there you can put on. Some side marker lights, come up with 4 of those. The amber for the front side and the red for the back, come up with 2 of them. It did come with some screws and little wire clips and stuff, the nuts for the tail light. There's screws and wire nuts. There's little connectors for the wires. They come with, you know, of course, your tail light, your right, your left, your license plate bracket, and it comes with like a 3rd brake light to go down there in the middle. So, let's see. Let's get all this bolted on. Let's bolt our lights on. get our wires run. Then we'll see how we're going to mount this stuff. Okay, I want to run my wires down through the tongue here, so I'm going to take this fishtail light and I'm going to push it up through here. We'll hook these wires to it. Pull them right back out. Okay, by doing that, that won't leave us any wires exposed around our tongue area. So, less chance of them getting nicked or broken too. So, let's pull these all the way back. Okay. Now we just want to leave just enough for the pigtail next to the truck. Let's separate our green and yellow. Green's going to go to your right. The yellow, it's going to go, of course, to your left. That's going to be the turn signal and brake. Okay, I'm going to start with my wiring. Wiring the lights at the back and work my way forward. That way, when I get up there to my side marker lights or something, if I start up there and come back this way, I don't end up short on my wiring, cutting it short. So I'll just start back here with the end of my wire and work my way, tie everything in towards the front as I go. Any extra wire I have, I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Okay, let me show you a quick tip. Now when you're wiring in trailer lights, like these side marker lights or tail lights or anything, 12-volt system, before you get them mounted, tie your wires in and everything else, and then hook it to your vehicle to check and see if they work. If you want to know if those lights work before you get everything wired in and then have to unwire something because you got a faulty light from the manufacturer or whatever, let me show you a quick tip. Take like this side marker light I'm going to be putting on the side. Take your drill battery and you just want to go positive, positive, and negative to negative. I can do this and hold this light and everything at the same time. You see that light works. So I know that light works. So when I put it in my trailer, I'll get everything wired in. Then I know that light should work for me. If it's not, I've got something wrong with my wiring. So there's a quick tip for you. Okay, all this extra wire that I had left, instead of cutting it off, I'm going to save it. And I'll show you in just a second why. But what I'm going to do with it right here, I'm going to take it, and if I can do this one-handed, I might have to just put it in there and then come back and show you. But I'm trying to work it under, you remember that bolt's right there. So I'm trying to work it under that bolt. And up in this tongue, all this wire will be protected. Let's see. It runs down neatly, down the sides, clipped, zip tied in. Runs to my back and I got all my lights wired. Well, you see I got enough wire here for my pigtail. I've got all that extra wire coiled up right in here. Now, you say, well, why did you do that? Well, if later on, see, all this wiring is exposed. So if I get a bad spot in this wire, I can cut it out and I can go right back there and I can pull. There's enough wire there to probably rewire this trailer. So I can just undo that wire and pull it right back out and I'll have all new wire again because it's going to be protected up in that tongue. So there's a little tip to help you there as well. Okay, we've got our lights on. We've got all our wiring done. Everything's tucked away neat. We've got the kayak on the trailer. So now we need a way to strap it down. I've got it sitting where I want it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of these straps right here. Now, if you're new to kayak fishing, you may not have seen this, or if you're looking up videos, you may have seen 1,000 of them. So this is not my idea. There's a lot of people out there using it. But these are these retractable ratchet straps. And yes, if you listen to a lot of people, they'll tell you don't use ratchet straps on kayaks because it will deform your hull. Well, yes and no. Yes, it will if you tighten it down too much. But if you just snug it down, A ratchet strap only goes as tight as you make it go. So remember that. Just put it up there, just barely snug it down. Alright, but what I'm going to be using, I picked these up at Walmart a while back. I don't know if I've had them a while. These are Rhino USA, and they're just, you just pull them out like that. You can push the green button, it'll pull it back in. Then you can raise it up. You can ratchet it down and lock it in place, and it'll stay. Well, I didn't want to hook it across my kayak like this and mount it like this, like I've been using them, because I don't want this thing flapping right there beating on the side of my kayak. I want to mount it down here, but I don't want this tail piece hanging down. So what I did, I just took a razor knife and I went right down these stitching. I went right down the side. I just lifted this out, cut it in there, and I started down the side, and I cut the threads. So what you'll end up with, once you cut the threads on this, this will come apart and this hook will pull out. Don't throw this away, save it. That hook will come in handy. You'll end up with just this bracket part right here, just like this, and you can see that hole, so you can bolt it there. Well, let me show you how I'm gonna do it. Here's what I found. If you look in there, you can see down in that hole, my finger is, it's recessed. You can take a washer, if I can find it. You'll take your washer, put it in there first, drop it in place, right over where the hole is. Then you can take your bolt and go right down through there, and drop it in place. You can put your finger on it and hold it, and then put it through the hole in the trailer frame. So let me drill this hole out here, because I know where I want it. I want it to go just like this, so I can run my kayak strap up. I want to be able to go up and over through these handles, so that'll keep my kayak from going back and forth. And if I want to haul it with a seat in it, I can also run it through around just like that and go through my seat frame, and that'll hold the seat and get flipped out of there. So, let's drill this hole. That's going to be, what I'm using is a 5/16. I'm going to lock nut on. Okay, I've got the ratchet part mounted on the other side. I can run my strap through, like I said, around through my chair if I want to, the seat, if I'm going to leave it on there. And I just drilled my hole here and put an eye bolt. This is a 3/8 eye bolt, what I'm using. Put a washer on it through there and the back side and tighten it up. And again, the reason I like these so much, other than the self-retracting strap, is they have this little lock piece on it. So when I hook it and I got slack on it, I go over there to the other side, it's not going to just fall off. I can hook that thing like that, go over there. When I pull my strap, it's going to tighten up, it's going to stay there, it's not going to just fall out. I've done the same thing back here. I got another one on this side and another strap over there. Okay, let me show you something. Once you got your strap pulled, this thing will ratchet itself down. Just push that button, let it pull itself down. Now a lot of people's going to tell you, be careful using ratchet straps, or don't use ratchet straps when you strap your kayak down. You should use lashing straps. Just the ones you put up by hand and you pull down by hand, and then you should tie them off because they will slip. But what you want to do with a ratchet strap, they say you pull them down too tight and it deforms your hull because it's putting a lot of pressure on it. Well, a ratchet strap's only going to tighten up as much as you tighten it up. So you need to remember that. So people's deforming their hull because they're putting too much pressure on it. That's their own fault because they're the one tightening it down. You can use ratchet straps, but just like these here, what I would say, push the button, let it snug up, bring the strap up, give it a couple clicks, where it's like that. That kayak's not going anywhere. I do that at the back. There it is. It's going to stay right in place. Okay, when we're pulling any kind of trailer, we know it's a good idea to keep a spare tire with us. Now on my boat, I kept a couple when I was commercial fishing because you never knew what could happen. I pulled long distance sometimes, so from one end of the state to the other, so I would carry 2 spare tires with me. But a kayak trailer, I think one will be fine. I've had this one for years, never had to use it, thank God. But I used to just throw it in the back of the truck or something like that, you know, and keep it with me. But I want everything on this trailer now. The way I'm setting it up, I just want to use it for my kayak maybe, and I just want everything I might need on this trailer. So what I've got is just a spare tire bracket that'll go around the tongue here, and I can mount this spare tire up there. So that's what we're going to do. I'll put it up here like this a bit, so now it'll line up. And put my spare tire on here. I'll get my wrench and tighten that up. Something else I'm going to show you. Now, anybody could just undo this and take that off at the boat ramp or something, wherever you got it set. You see this chain I got sitting here, that, you know, the safety to keep it undone? Well, I would put a bolt through there to keep that from going. But one thing you can do is you can take the chain, run it around, get your hand in there, bring that chain in there. You can take your lock, go through that chain, right through your wheel, and you can lock it. That'll keep somebody from just, keep an honest person honest. It'll keep them from just coming up, taking your spare tire off. And you'll have it when you need it, hopefully. So let me tighten these up, we'll move on to something else. Okay, let's give you a little walk around here. I got it hooked to the truck so we can show the lights. But we got the tongue shortened up, we got the jack on, spare tire on. The lock that I showed you, the little trick right there for the spare tire, I usually use it up there to keep the latch from coming undone, but I will get another one, probably use this in here and get one with a longer shank on it put up there. But you can see, there's the LED marker lights we put in, it's burning. Got the 2 hooks on this side, the eye bolts bolted through, the LED lights there. We got one on the back here, so it'll help light it up, be seen, you know, at night. Got this one, and the one over here. And of course we got our ratchets. Okay folks, there you have it. We've got the basic setup right here that I wanted. I have some other ideas, but I want to use the trailer a little bit so I'll know any add-ons that I'm thinking about doing. I want to know how everything's working to start with before I start putting these add-ons on. So I want to use it a little bit and then we'll go from there. So be watching the channel for that. We're going to be doing a little more. I hope that this will help you out if you're getting ready to do a trailer for your kayak or something, or maybe you've got one already. Maybe I've said or done something that'll help you out on yours. If you like this kind of stuff, just drop me a comment below. Let me know what you like, what you'd like to see, how you done yours. And for right now, I've got this thing unstrapped. I'm getting ready to put it back in the build and get this trailer out of here because we got a storm coming. Might be some hail, and I want to get my truck in here. So, like I always say, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Help me grow my channel so I can help someone else, just like I'm trying to help you. And until next time, may God bless you. We'll catch you later.